Hello and welcome students. I Kumar welcome you again on behalf of TeamWire wherein we simplify maths for you. Now today we'll be taking up a very important paper, a previous year CAT paper which is CAT 2023's paper for you. So we'll be solving each and every questions for you so that whenever you are practicing and if you have any difficulty in any question you will have access to those content. So before we start, let's start the day with a very positive note first of all. Set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. So with this beautiful line, let's start. Alright, so this is slot 1 of CAT 2023. So here we go with the first question. Now if you'll see the first question, now before you solve any of the question, okay, the methodology which I use to solve the question is I name it as DRS method. So it's not decision review system, it's decoding, reshaping and then solving. So if you just think that solving the question is a mere thing that we have to do, it's you're wrong. Okay, you have to first of all understand it. You need to decode that question in your language. Unless and until you are able to do so, you will not be able to understand the question, and if you're not understanding it, solving the question is very difficult. So here we have the first question. The first question says that let n be the least positive integer such that 168 is a factor of 1134 to the power of n. If m is the least positive integer such that 1134 to the power of n is a factor of 168 to the power of n, then m plus n equals to. So let's read the first line again. The first line clearly states that let n be any least positive integer. Okay, so n has to be a least positive integer. These are the important keywords that we have to keep in mind, such that 168 is a factor of this number. So when I am saying that 168 is a factor of 1134 to the power of n, so what actually I'm trying to say that I'm trying to say that 168 should completely divide 1134 raised to the power of n. Okay, so to check whether 168 will completely divide it or not, so let's factorize both the numbers. So when you'll factorize 168, so in the table of 8 I think it will be 2 times and it will be 1. Okay, it will be 3 and it will be 7. It will be 7 and it will be 1. So we can say that 168 is nothing, but it can be represented as 2 to the power of 3 into 3 to the power of 1 into 7 to the power of 1. Similarly, if suppose we are factorizing 1134 or 1134, so first of all let's divide it by 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 2, so it's divisible by 9, right? So 9, say if I'll divide it, it will be 1 time, then we'll have 23, so 23, 18 will be 2 times, okay, and then we'll be having 54 6 times. Again it is further divisible by 9, right? So we will divide it by 9 further, 6 to 1, okay, so 12 means 1 times, so it will be 1 and 36 means 4 times. Now we'll have a 7, okay, and we'll have a 2. So we can say that 1134 is actually what? 1134, and we have to raise it to the power of n. So 3 first of all 2 is raised to the power of 1 into 3 is raised to the power of 4 into 7 to the power of 1, and this is raised to the power of n. Or we can say that 1134 to the power of n is actually what? It will be 2 to the power of n into 3 to the power of 4n into 7 to the power of n. Now let's get to the first line again. The first line has said that 168 is a factor of this number. Means 168 should completely divide this number. Now let's see each of the terms separately. Now 7 to the power of 1 will definitely divide this 7 to the power of n. 3 to the power of 1 will definitely divide this 3 to the power of 4n. But if 2 to the power of 3 has to divide this 2 to the power of n. So what is the minimum value of n that we need to keep? If we want that this 2 to the power of 3 is completely cancelled by this 2 to the power of n, the minimum value of n that we have to keep is what? N should be 3. If we are keeping n's value to be 3, okay, so this will be cancelled by this. this will be cancelled and this will be cancelled, or we can say that 168 will completely divide 1134 to the power of n. So for that, the minimum value of n is to be what? N is 3. Okay, so we have got n is 3. Next, coming to the next line, it says that if m is the least positive integer again, such that now 1134 to the power of n is a factor of 168 to the power of n. Okay, so it's not n, it's m, sorry, make it a correction. It will be 168 to the power of m. Now this number is a factor of 168 to the power of m. So first of all, 168 to the power of m will be what? 168 to the power of m will be 2 to the power of 3m into 3 to the power of m into 7 to the power of m. And if you'll replace this n by 3, okay, if you will replace this n by 3, so we'll have what? We'll have 2 to the power of 3 into 3 to the power of 12 into 7 to the power of 3. So the question is, this number has to completely divide this number. So what should be the minimum or the least value of m that we need to keep? So similarly, let's see. This 2 to the power of 3 will definitely divide this 2 to the power of 3m. 2 to the power of 3 will definitely divide this 2 to the power of 3m completely. 3 to the power 12, if 3 to the power of 12 has to divide this 3 to the power of m, what should be the minimum value of m that we need to keep? अगर ये 3 to the power of 12 को इससे completely divide होना है 3 to the power of m से, means this 3 to the power of m has to be completely divided by 3 to the power of 12. So what should be the minimum value of m that we'll be taking? The value of m that we need to take is 12. If suppose we are taking the value of m 12, so this will become 7 to the power of 12. Now 7 to the power of 3 will definitely divide this 7 to the power of 12. It means that if I am keeping the value of m as 12, okay, my all those numbers, it means this number will completely divide this number. So the minimum value of m will be what? It will be 12. So now we have the minimum value of n, we have the value of n, and we have the value of m also. So what's the answer to the question will be m plus n means 12 plus 3 is what? It's 50. So correct answer to question number 1 is what? It's 50. 1550. All right. Let's move towards the next one. So next question is again from the topic of algebra. Okay, it is from logarithm. Now again it says that if x and y are positive real integers such that log x squared plus 12 base x is equals to 4 and 3 times of log x to the base y is equals to 1, then x plus y equals to, means what will be the value of x plus y? All right. So it is clearly saying that x and y are positive real numbers. Okay, so we will not be having negative value of x and y. These are positive real numbers. Now I strongly understand that you all be aware of log functions, but let's just brief you the function that I'll be using here. For example, if suppose I'm writing this log 8 to the base 2. So what will be the answer to this question? Or whenever you see this expression, what does this expression mean? This expression actually means 2 should be raised by what power so that your answer is 8. Okay. This logarithmic function, if you transform it into exponential function, what does it mean? It will mean that 2 should be raised by what power so that your answer is 8. So clearly if 2 is raised to the power of 3, the answer will be 8. So the answer to this question is 3. So similarly, we'll be using that concept only, means x should be raised to the power of 4 so that we get this number. If you'll decode this in your terms or in your language, okay, so you'll be writing that when x is raised to the power of 4 or when base is raised to the power of 4, so I'll be getting this number, x square plus 12. Similarly, there is another property, whatever is multiplied to the log function, it will come to the exponent of this number. For example, if 3 is multiplied here, instead of this, we can shift this 3 to the power of this x. So it will become log x cube with base y. So now we can say that y to the power of 1 is equals to x cube. Or we can say that the value of y is what? It's x cube. So अब हमें यहाँ क्या चाहिए? We have to get the value of x plus y. Or in other terms, we can say that we need to get the value of x plus x cube. Okay, we need to have the values of x plus x cube. Now as soon as I got this expression and I saw these options, two options strike me. One is 68 and another one is 10. Why? See, this is 2 cube plus 2. 2 cube is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, and this is 4 cube plus 4. Means these two options are actually satisfying this condition. So it might be कि ये दोनों मेरा कोई आंसर हो सकता है. So how to cross check it? Let's take the value of x as 2, put it here. देखो क्या ये condition satisfy हो रहा है क्या? Or if x is equals to 2 is not getting satisfied, use x equals to 4. देखो ये condition satisfy हो रहा है क्या? In whichever scenario the condition is getting satisfied, that will be my answer. So if suppose I'm keeping the value of x as 2, so it will become 2 to the power of 4 is what? It will be 16. 2 to the power 2 ka square will be 4 plus 12. So as this condition is satisfied, so this is my answer. X equals to 2 will be my answer. And if x is 2, so x plus x cube will be 10. So this will be your answer. Let's see with 4 what we'll be having. So if we'll keeping the value of x to be 4, it will be 4 to the power of 4. So it will be 256 equals to x square, which is 16 plus 12. So my LHS and my RHS are not equal. It means that the value of x is not 4. So this is a better way or the smarter way of doing this question. But agar मान लो, देखो, we are in the examination situation and we have a lot of pressure. So it might happen that if we have not practiced well, it totally depends on practice. If you have practiced more number of questions, your brain will work very smoothly. If you haven't, okay, you will be knowing all the things, but your brain will not work. As simple as that. So if I have to do by normal method, again, the same procedure I'll be writing. X4 or x to the power of 4 will be equals to x square plus 12. Okay, and we'll have x cube equals to y. So these two expressions we have. So we have to solve these two expressions and we have to get the value of x plus y. So this can be transformed to a quadratic equation. Okay, so when you solve this, so we have x is 4 minus x square minus 12 equals to 0. Solve this quadratic equation. So when you solve this quadratic equation, the values of x square you will have is what? I need a plus 1 and minus 12. So 4 and minus 3, I think. Yes. So the value of x square is 4 and minus 3. Let's check it. Yes, 4 and minus 3. Now, as it's an x square, so square of any number should always be positive. Even though I'm getting the value of x square as 4 and minus 3, but this minus 3 will be neglected. Why? Because the value of x square can never be a negative number. A square is always positive. Let it be of a negative number or let it be of a positive number. So the only acceptable answer is x square equals to 4. So again, if you are saying that x square equals to 4, so I'll have the value of x as plus or minus 2. But they have clearly stated that x and y are positive real numbers. Means minus 2 is again not taken. Will not be taking minus 2 again. So the only value of x that will qualify is 2. Okay. So if you're keeping the value of x as 2, or if you are taking the value of x as 2, y will become 8. So x plus y will be what? It will be again 10. Very easy question, right? Simply you have to be understand the concept of logarithm. Means any day this question should have been done. Now we have next is question number 3. Again, question number 3 is not a difficult question at all. The only thing is that yes, it's a calculative one. I'll not rate this question as a very good question though. It's a very calculative question. So should I be doing in my first go when I'm solving the paper? क्या मैं जरूर करूँगा? No. After I have done all the questions and if time permits, then I'll be going for this question, or else I'll be leaving this question. Even though the question is easy, but it is very time taking. Why? Because we have to square it 2 times. So how to solve this question? Question number 3. Simply what we need to do, squaring both the sides. Simply square both the sides. So if you square both the sides, this will be what? It will become 5x plus 9, means it is a square. This is a, this is b. So a plus b whole square. So it is a plus b plus 2ab. So 2ab will be what? It will be 2 times of root. These two will get multiplied. So it will be 25x square minus 81. On the right hand side we'll have iska whole square. So 2 square is 4, root 2 is 2. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay. and 3 square is 9. So 6 into 9 is what? It will be 54. Then we'll have a 2ab. So 2ab, 2 2s are 4. So 4 root 2 into 9, it is 36 root 2. Okay, what I have done, I have simply squared both the sides. Okay, squaring both the sides, I am getting this result. Now this plus 9 and this minus 9 will get cancelled. Okay, so we'll have a 5x plus 5x, 10x minus 2 equals to 54 plus 36 root 2. Now you can see that we can take 2 common from everywhere. This 5x plus 5x will become 10x, right? So if you'll take 2 common, it will again become 5x. Just a minute, it will be plus 2ab, sorry. Okay. Now if you'll take 2 common and if you'll arrange the variables to one side, or root wala term to one side and non-root terms to other side, or variables variables on one side and constants on other side. So I'll have, again I have taken down 2 common also. Okay, so I'm simply writing it will be 25x square minus 81, okay, equals to, I have taken 2 common, so it will be 27. Then we'll have an 18 root 2, and then we'll have a minus 5x. Why minus 5x? Because this 5x is coming from that side of the equals to. Again squaring both the sides. So if you square both the sides, we'll have 25x square. We'll have a minus 81 equals to 27 square. 27 square is 729. Then we have a 18 square. 18 square is 324. 324 into 2 is 648. Okay. Then we have minus 5x whole square. So it will be plus 25x square. 2 times of it. So 27 into 80. I need a calculator for it. You please don't use calculator. Okay. You do it manually. So I need to multiply 27 into 18 into 2. So it's coming out as 2ab, right? So it will be 27 into 18 into root 2. So it is 972 root 2. Then we have minus, if you take this, so 18 into 2 is 180 root 2 x. Okay, plus 27 into 5 is, it will be 270x. Alright, now we can simplify this 25x square, 25x square. Also what we can do, again we can take 9 common out everywhere. So if you are taking 9 common and shifting the variables to one side and constants to one side, so let's shift this. So it will be just a minute. So this is 27, this is okay, this will be a negative again, sorry, again negative side. So when you shift to that side, okay, so we'll have a 270x. We have to take 9 common also, right? So I'm taking 9 also common and I'm shifting also. Okay, so when we'll take 9 common, so it will be 30x. Then we'll have a 20 root 2x equals to, okay, shift this 81 to that side, it will become plus 81. So you'll be writing 9 plus 81 plus 63 is 72 plus 972. So 972 will be 102, right? Again, what we can take out, become common, we can take out 10x common. So if you take out 10x common, so we'll have 3 plus 2 root 2. Similarly, if you will add this, okay, so 81 plus 9 is 90. 90 plus 72 is 152. It is 108. So 9 plus 81 is 90. It plus 72. It's 152 plus 108 root 2. Again, we can take out 54 common from it. So if you'll take 54 common, you'll have 3 plus 2 root 2. Now this 3 plus 2 root 2 and this 3 plus 2 root 2 will be getting cancelled. So we'll have the value of x as 54 by 10. The value of x that will be getting is 54 by 10. Let's use this value and use this value of x and we'll get the answer. So 10x plus 9 we have to get. So if x is 54 by 10, so 10x will be what? It will be simply 54. So 54 plus 9, which is under root of 63. So under root of 63 will be what? It will be 3 root 7. Okay, so correct answer to question number 3 will be what? It will be 3 root 7. So was it a difficult question? Answer it yourself. No, it is not a difficult one. The only thing is it's a calculative one. But yes, should I be doing it in the examination on my first go? No, only if the time permits at the end, I'll be doing this question. Okay. Next, I have question number 4 again from algebra itself. Now, in this year, we have seen a transition. Earlier, what happened? What used to happen that we see a lot of questions from arithmetic portion, but this time many questions were from algebra. So this is x and y are real numbers such that x squared plus x minus 2y minus 1 whole square is equals to minus 4y into x plus y. Then the value of x minus 2y is. Okay. So again, it's not a difficult one. Again, it's a calculative question. Let's do. So it is clearly stating it is x square. If you'll whole square this, so what you'll have? You'll have a term of x square. We'll have 4y square. Then we'll have a 1. Okay. So a square, b square and c square. Then we'll have a minus 2ab. So minus 2x. Okay. Then we have plus 4y. And then finally we'll be having minus 4xy, okay, equals to minus 4xy minus 4y square. So this term will cancel. If you'll move that 4y square, it will become 8y square. So now you'll have 2x square plus 8y square minus 2x minus plus 4y and plus 1 equals to 0. Let's take 2 common out. So when you take 2 common out, okay, so it will be x square plus 4y square minus x plus 2y plus 1 by 2. Okay, now this 1 by 2 can be splitted into 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So keeping the same variables together, it can be written as x square minus x plus 1 by 4. Okay, as we have splitted this 1 by 2 into 1 plus 4 and 1 plus 4. And here we can write 4y square plus 2y plus 1 by 4. So this is x minus half whole square. And this is 2y plus half whole square. Now this is a square term and this is a square term. When I'm adding the two square terms, the answer I'm getting is 0. Now how could this be possible? This will be only possible if this is also 0 and this is also 0. Adding two square terms will give you an answer as 0. Ye tabhi possible hoga if both the terms are 0, because squares are always positive. So it means that if this is 0, it will mean that the value of x will be what? The value of x is half. And from this will be, we can say that the value of 2y is what? It's minus half. The value of x will be half and the value of 2y is minus half. So if we have to get the value of x minus 2y, okay, we have to get the value of x minus 2y. What's the value of x? The value of x is half. What's the value of minus? Then we have a minus, then we have 2y. So it's minus half. So this minus minus will become positive. So the final answer that we'll be getting is what? It's 1. Good calculative question again, I'll say. Okay. And only calculation is there, nothing else. Alright. Another question from algebra, and this time we have a mod function. The number of integer solution. Now clearly they are stating that we need an integer solution. Okay, so either it can be positive or it can be negative. The number of integer solutions of the equation 2 mod x square plus 1 equals to 5x square. Now again we'll be using the concept of DRS, where what we do, we decode the question in our language. Okay, it's very important to understand and write the question in your language before solving it. Now, do you know that mod of x square is same as x square y? Because this will also be positive and this will also be positive. X square is also positive and mod of x mod x will always give you a positive number. So square of positive number will also be positive. So both the terms are equal. So if both the terms are equal, we can write this equation like this. And let's assume that mod x is y. Okay, we are assuming that let the value of mod x is y for easy writings. Okay, so we can change the equation like this. It will be 2y into y square, because x square is same as mod x square, right? Y square plus 1 equals to 5y square. Okay, now if I'll move this side, and I'll take y common, so it will be 2y square plus 2 minus 5y equals to 0. So clearly we can see that if this either this will be 0 or this will be 0. So from this we have y equals to 0. So one solution will be getting y is equals to 0. Okay, now let's solve this quadratic equation. 2y square minus 5y plus 2 equals to 0. So when you solve this quadratic equation, the value of y that we'll be getting is, so I need a plus 5 and we need a 4. So it will be 4 and 1, I guess, right? Yes, 4 and 1 divided by 2. So the value of y is either 2 or it will be half. But clearly the question was that we have to take integer solutions. So as we have to take integer solutions, so we'll not be considering this one. Half is not an integer value, right? So we'll not be considering it. So the values of y that will be acceptable is y is either 0 or y is equals to 2. But wait, okay, y is what? Y is actually mod of x. So if mod of x is 0, okay, so x is 0, one value. But if mod of x is 2, if mod of x is 2, so we'll have two different values. We can say x is equals to plus 2 and we can also say x is equals to minus 2. So these two and this one. So how many total solutions we have for this equation? We have 3 different solutions. So answer to this question is what? It's 3. Again, it was a doable question. On any day, on any given examination, it would have been a doable question. It was an easy one, I believe. Question number 6. Again, question number 6 is also from algebra. So far, whatever questions we have did so far, okay, all the questions are from algebra. Means the paper was heavily loaded with algebra. So we can't say that previous years so arithmetic was important chapter, so this year I'll be not be doing algebra. I have seen a lot many students, they find algebra difficult. Algebra is actually on a difficult side. Okay, so I have personally seen or met lot many students. I have reached them, and when I ask them, so sir मैं ना सिर्फ arithmetic करके जा रहा हूँ, algebra I don't know, so I have only done the basics. अगर कोई basic question आएगा I would do and I'll leave the other. And the teachers also used to say that okay, leave that algebra portion. Even if you are solving just arithmetic, will be solving getting 90%. Right? But what I feel now, that we should practice each and every chapter. You never know from which chapter easy questions will be coming. It might happen that if suppose I have left algebra and all the easier questions would have been from algebra itself. ये भी तो हो सकता था. So it's before going for examination, don't leave this, don't do that, don't do that. Okay, we have to practice all the chapters. It's very important for us. The question number 6 is what? The equation x cube plus 2r plus 1 x square plus 4r minus 1 plus times of x plus 2 equals to 0 is minus 2 as one of the roots. So it is saying that for this expression, minus 2 is one of the roots. So if minus 2 is one of the roots, so we can say that x plus 2 is one of its factor. If minus 2 is one of the roots of this expression, so we can clearly say na x plus 2 is one of its factor. Means when you will divide this number by x plus 2, you'll have 0 as the remainder. And if the other two roots are real, then the minimum possible negative integer value of r is. So what we have to do, we have to minimize the minimum possible non-negative integer value. Okay, let's see. So first of all, this is a cubic equation. Solving a cubic equation requires what? First of all, you need to transform that cubic equation to a quadratic equation. And how can we can do it? Just by dividing it by x plus 2. Cubic expression को solve करना थोड़ा difficult है. So let's make a quadratic equation out of it. So let's divide x cube plus 2r plus 1 x square plus 4r minus 1 x plus 2. So we have to divide this cubic equation with x plus 2. Why we are dividing it by x plus 2? Because x plus 2 is one of its factor. So first of all, it will be an x square. So it will be x cube plus 2x square minus and minus. So this will be cancelled, and what will be left? So we'll be left with 2r plus 1 and minus 2 will be minus 1 x square. Okay, this is 2r plus 1 and this is minus 2. So plus 1 and minus 2 will be minus 1, and x square I'll be writing like this. Then I'll have a plus 4r minus 1 x. So the next number that will be taking will be 2r minus 1 times of x. So this will be 2r minus 1 x square plus 2 into 2 is 4r minus 2, right? X. Then negative, negative. So this will be cancelled. This 4r and minus 4r will get cancelled. This is minus 1 and this will be plus 2, I guess. Okay, minus 1 and this is plus 2. So it will be plus x. Just a minute here. Okay, so x and plus 2 will be there. So here I have to write 1. So x plus 2 minus karoge, everything will get cancelled and it will be 0. So abhi maine kya kiya hai? I have simply using the long division method. I have simply factorized it. So when I'm factorizing it, I'm getting this equation. So I'm writing the equation. Means this equation can be written like this. It will be x plus 2 x square plus 2r minus 1 times of x plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so I'm erasing this part now. I don't need this. So I'm erasing it. Okay, now coming back to the question. So abhi tak for timing, what we have done, we have simply factorized this given cubic equation. Okay, so we have x plus 2 into x square plus 2r minus 1 x times of x plus 1 equals to 0. Now clearly it was stated that if one of the root is minus 2, okay, so what should be the minimum value of r so that if the other two roots are real? So how come we can say that yes, my roots are real? So for roots to be real, the discriminant should either be greater than or equals to 0. For your quadratic equation, if you want that your quadratic equation has a real root, so how come it is possible? Your discriminant has to be greater than or equals to 0. So how to get the discriminant here? So it will be b square minus 4ac. So this is my b, right? So b square will be what? It will be 2r minus 1 whole square. So b square minus 4ac. So it will be 4 times of a is 1 and c is 1 should be greater than equals to 0. Yahi aa raha hai na? Okay, let's expand it. So it will become 4r square plus 1 minus 2r or minus 4r minus 4 is greater than equals to 0. Or we can say that 4r square minus 4 and we have minus 3 greater than equals to 0. So let's solve this quadratic equation. So we need a minus 4r here, and we need 4 into 3, 12. Okay, so plus 4 and 12. So 6 and 2 I will guess will get me plus 4 and minus 12, right? So it will be plus 6 and 2 minus, or the two roots are what? It will be 3 by 2, or the different values of r that will be having is 3 by 2 and minus half. Let's plot it on a number line. So somewhere I'll be having 0 here. So suppose this is minus half, this is 3 by 2. Okay, and what we need, this is an inequality and we have to solve this inequality. We will be considering all the region that is positive. So first of all, this region will be positive, this will be negative, and this will be positive. So if I have to answer this equation, okay, so what should be the answer? So this region and this region, but in the question it was clearly mentioned that non-negative integer values. Okay, non-negative means I'll not be considering this negative region. I have to consider a non-negative value of r. So for non-negative value of r, the minimum value of r should be what? It should be greater than 3 by 2. And as I have to take an integer value, so the integer that is greater than 3 by 2 means that is greater than half will be what? So the minimum integer value will be what? It will be 2. Okay, so the correct answer for r is what? It is 2. Alright, so this was question number 6. Next we have is question number 7, again from algebra. So question number 7 is what? Let alpha and beta be the two distinct roots of the equation. Let alpha and beta be the two distinct roots of the equation 2x squared minus 6x plus k equals to 0, such that alpha plus beta and alpha beta are the distinct roots of the equation x squared plus px plus p equals to 0, then the value of 8 times of k minus p. So first of all, it is stating that alpha and beta are the roots of this equation. So let's use the relation of roots and coefficient. So when you use the relation, so the sum of roots is what? So we can say that alpha plus beta is what? Alpha plus beta is minus b by a. So my b is already minus. Okay, so it will be minus of minus 6. It will become 6. So alpha plus beta is 3 into alpha into beta. Product of root is what? It will be c by a. So it will be k by 2. So we have the value of alpha plus beta, which is 3, and we have the value of product of alpha into beta, which is k by 2. Now these alpha plus beta and alpha beta are the roots of this equation. Or we can say that the roots of this equations are 3 and k by 2. Again, using the same relation, sum of the roots will be what? It will be 3 plus k by 2. Sum of the roots 3 plus k by 2 should be equals to minus b by a. And product of the roots means 3k by 2 should be equals to p. Now if I'll use the value of p here, okay, ye jo p hai, let's replace it here. So we'll have 3 plus k by 2 is equals to 3k by 2 with a negative sign. Move this k by 2 to that side. So we'll have 3 equals to minus 4k by 2. Yeah, na? So this will be cancelled. So we'll have the value of k as minus 3 by 2. Okay, so we have the value of k as minus 3 by 2. So if k is minus 3 by 2, what will be the value of p? The value of p will be what? It will be 3 into, let's keep the value of k, it will be minus 3 by 2. So it's minus 9 by 4. So we have the value of k, we have the value of p. Let's place it here and get the answer. So actually we have to get the value of 8 times of k. So k is minus 3 by 2 minus of p. So minus of p is 9 by 4. So this minus and this minus will become a positive. So it will be 8 times of 6, which is 3 by 4. Simplify it, it will be what? It will be Okay, so the correct answer to this expression is what? It's 6. Again, not a difficult question at all, right? Simply the application of quadratic equation. But yes, questions are lengthy. Not difficult, I understand, but the questions are lengthy. Next we have is question number 8. Finally, a question from arithmetic, right? A sigh of relief for everyone. Okay, so a mixture P is formed by removing a certain amount of coffee from a coffee jar and replacing the same amount with cocoa powder. The same amount is again removed from the mixture P and replaced with same amount of cocoa powder to form a new mixture Q. If the ratio of coffee and cocoa in the mixture Q is 16:9, then the ratio of cocoa in the mixture P to that of mixture Q. So first of all, we have a pure coffee. From that pure coffee, what we are doing, first of all, we have formed mixture P. Okay, and from that mixture P, now we are forming mixture Q. So it's a question of removal and replacement. A same quantity is getting removed and replaced. So if I'll draw it diagrammatically, okay. So suppose initially I had pure coffee in this. Now from this, what we have done, we have taken out some of the pure coffee and we are replacing it with cocoa powder. Okay, we are taking out pure coffee and we are replacing it with cocoa powder. So this will form a mixture P. Now once I have a mixture P, again I am doing the same process. Okay, mixture P ban gaya. Again in the mixture P also I am doing the same process. Again I am taking out some part of coffee or some part of the mixture and replacing it by again cocoa. So as a result, okay, in this mixture Q, the final ratio of coffee, okay, the final ratio of coffee is to cocoa, okay, that we are getting is 16:9. Or we can say that in that mixture we have 16 parts coffee and 9 parts cocoa powder. 16 parts is coffee and 9 parts is cocoa powder. So we can say that total we have 25 parts of mixture initially. ठीक है, जो प्योर कॉफी था हमारे पास वो टोटल 25 पार्ट्स होगा. हाउ कम? बिकॉज वॉट एवर क्वांटिटी वी आर टेकिंग आउट, सेम क्वांटिटी वी आर रिप्लेसिंग ऑल्सो. So at the end of the process, if I have 16 parts of this and 9 parts of this, it means that initially when we were starting the process, I had 25 parts of coffee. Okay, now in removal and replacement, we have a very simple formula. Always we find out what is left. जब भी removal replacement का question करते हैं तो हमें सिर्फ यही formula use करना है. The formula is quantity that is getting reduced. So क्या reduce हो रहा है? देखो, initially you had 25 parts of coffee and now you have only 16 parts of coffee. It means that the coffee is getting reduced. So we'll say that remaining coffee. Okay, remaining coffee will be what? It will be initial quantity into quantity. Okay, quantity after removal upon quantity after replacement. Okay, we can write simply this formula: quantity after removal upon quantity after replacement. So and if this process is repeating n number of times, okay, if the process is repeating n number of times, simply raise to this power of n. Okay, so अगर मुझे remaining coffee लिखना है, so how much is the coffee left out? So now we have 16 parts of coffee left out. So 16 parts, or we can say that 16a. Okay, just I'm using a variable. So 16a will be equals to what? It will be initially how much coffee we had. 25 parts of it means initially we had 25a into quantity after removal. So see, you have 25 parts of coffee and you are taking x coffees out of it. x ग्राम ऑफ कॉफी आउट ऑफ इट. तो अगर मैंने 25 ये x ग्राम्स निकाल लिया तो कितना बचा होगा? 25A में से वी हैव टेकन आउट x पार्ट्स ऑफ कॉफी. ओके, सो क्वांटिटी आफ्टर रिमूवल अपॉन क्वांटिटी आफ्टर रिप्लेसमेंट, एज वी आर रिप्लेसिंग इट बैक विथ x ग्राम्स ओनली. जितना मैं कॉफी निकाल रहा हूं उतना ही कोका पाउडर ऐड कर रहा हूं. सो अगेन द क्वांटिटी आफ्टर रिप्लेसमेंट विल बिकम व्हाट? अगेन इट विल बिकम 25A. And as this process has been repeated 2 times, once to make mixture P and other times to make mixture Q, so simply raise it to the power of 2. Let's simplify it. Okay, so when you'll simplify it, so you'll have, or we can say that 25A minus x upon 25A will be equals to what? It will be equals to 4A upon 5A. Right, 4A upon 5A. So let's simplify it and get the value in terms of x. So I don't need these things now, so I'm erasing it. So when we'll simplify it, okay, we'll have 125A minus 5AX equals to, oh sorry, let's cancel this A and A, na? We can easily cancel it. So we'll have 125A minus 5x equals to 100A, or 25A is equals to 5x. So the relation of A upon x is what? A upon x will be 1 upon 5. So what was A? So A was the initial mixture, means 25 parts I have taken. Na? Initial mixture was 25A. So if A is 1, so we can say that initial mixture was 25 units. And if the value of what was x? X was the mixture that we are taking out. So every time we are taking out 5 units from it. So at the beginning I was having 25 parts of that, okay, and we are taking 5 units of it. So if I have to make mixture P, okay, if I have to make mixture P, तो मैंने क्या किया? Initially we are having 25 units of it. We are taking out 5 units, okay, and we are replacing it with 5 units of cocoa powder. So this will give you mixture P. So mixture P में how much will be the coca? So then the ratio of coca in mixture P. So in mixture P, how much quantity of coca powder will be there? So what we have done, we have taken out 5 units of coffee, and whatever coffee we have taken out, same amount of coca powder we are adding. It means that in mixture P, how much coca powder we should have? We should have 5 units of it. And in mixture Q, it is given that in the mixture Q, the ratio is 16:9. 16 parts was coffee and 9 parts was coca powder. So mixture Q में कितना coca powder है? It's 9 units. So what is the ratio of coca that is in mixture P and mixture Q? It's 5 upon 9. So the correct answer to the question is what? It is 5 upon 9. Again, a very basic question from removal and replacement. Question number 9. So question number 9 is from TSD. It's from clocks. The minor angle between the hour hand and the minute hand of a clock was observed at 8:48. The minimum duration in minutes after 8:48 am when this angle increases by 50 degree is. मतलब after what time, whatever angle you are having, suppose the current angle, let it be 50 degrees. So 50 degrees में further 50% का increment हो, means the present angle should be 75. तो वो कितने टाइम के बाद होगा? So for that, if you know the speed of minute hand, which is minute hand is half degrees per minute, and speed of minute hand that is 6 degrees per minute. So कितने मिनट्स हो रहे हैं, उस मिनट में आपका आर हैंड कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करेगा? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गेट द एंगल दैट इज ट्रैवर्स्ड बाय आर हैंड. then get the angle that is traversed by minute hand. Whatever is the difference of the angle, that will give you the angle between the hour hand and the minute hand. So either you can do that way, okay, or if you know the formula of angle, you can use that also. What's the formula for angle? We have angle is given by, it will be mod of hours into 60 minus minutes into 11 upon 2. And this value is inside a mod function. Okay, always remember this value is inside a mod function. So mod will always give you a positive value. बस यही ध्यान रखना है. So how much is hours? It's 8. So 8 into 60 minus how much is minutes? It's 48. And divide the value by 2. So 8 into 60, it is 480, right? It will be 480 minus 480 into 11 will be what? It will be 528 upon 2. So 48 by 2 will be what? It will be 24. So the angle that will be formed is what? It will be 24 degrees. Achha, take it. Now if anyone has to multiply any number by 11, for example जैसे यही था 48 into 11. So for any number to be multiplied by 11, it's very easy. Simply write the numbers first of all. 4 and 8 I will written like this. Okay, and in the center simply add these two numbers and fill. So 4 plus 8 is 12. So 2, 1 will be carried. So it will be 528. Economy में देखो, if suppose I have to multiply 63 into 11. So I'll be writing 6 and 3 first, and in the middle I'll be adding the numbers and I'll be writing. अगर मान लो 2 digit number होता 241 है suppose, multiplied by 11. So this I will be writing 2 and 1 first of all. Okay, then first of all I'll be adding this 4 plus 1 is 5. Then I'll be adding this 4 plus 2 is 6. So 2651 will be the answer. Coming back to the question. So in this question, current angle is 24 degrees. Now the angle has to be increased by 50%. Means there will be an increment of 12 degrees. So 12 degrees के increment होने पर आपका जो present angle होगा वो क्या हो जाएगा? The present angle will now be, or after increment of 50%, the angle will be 36 degrees. So when the angle is 36 degrees, so what will be the time? So again I'll be using the same formula. So I'll be writing 36 degrees equals to mod of hours will remain the same. देखो 848 अभी हो रहा है. Currently the angle was 24 degree. Now if the angle is shifting to 36 degrees, or if the angle is becoming 36 degrees, my time will be what? It will be 8 hours and some minutes. Currently if it is 8:48, so my time will be again 8 hours and some minutes. So how much minutes actually we have, we don't know. But hours तो clear है ना, hours will be 8 only, 8 hours and some minutes. अगर मान लो minutes की value थोड़ी ज़्यादा आ गई, so then will be transforming, okay, now it has elapsed 60 minutes, so it will become 9. लेकिन हमें 8 hours and some minutes ही consider करना है. So it will be written like this: 8 into 60, hours into 60. Let's the value of minute be x. So it will be x into 11 divided by 2. तो जब आप इसको सॉल्व करोगे, it will be 72 degrees equals to 480 minus 11x. All right. Now if you have a mod function, for example, अगर मान लो मैंने ऐसे लिखा mod x is equals to 4. So for this expression I have two values. X will be minus 4 and x will be 4. Both are correct, right? X की value positive 4 and negative 4, both will be correct. So in a similar way, when you will expand this, you will be having two values. One will be positive 72 degrees and other one will be negative 72 degrees. So my concern is, should I be considering both the values? Minus 72 भी consider करो और plus 72 भी? Answer is no. Now why? Because the question said that the minimum duration in minutes after 8:48 means I have to consider that time that will be after 8:48. So imagine if suppose I am considering it as plus 72. अगर मैंने ये plus 72 किया तो ये 480, if this come from that side it will become negative. So actual इसकी जो value होगी it will get reduced, or that the time slot that will be getting will be before 48 minutes. So that's why we will not be taking this negative value, और मतलब इसका positive value consider नहीं करेंगे. The only value we will be considering is the negative of. So negative 72 equals to minus 480, sorry, will be 480 minus 11x. If you'll move this minus, so it will become minus of 552, right? Equals to 11 minus 11x. This and this will get cancelled, so we'll have x as what? It will be 552 by 11. और इसको जब आप ये करोगे तो 52 by 11 आई गेस 52 by 11 मिनट्स के बाद ऐसा होने वाला है. ओके 52 by 11 मिनट्स. सो क्वेश्चन वाज आफ्टर हाउ मेनी ड्यूरेशन, मींस यहां से लेकर यहां तक कितना ड्यूरेशन है. सो सिंपली सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लो. सो फ्रॉम 52 by 11 सब्ट्रैक्ट दिस 48. ठीक है, या 52 by 11 को हम चेंज नहीं करते हैं, इसको यही रहने देते हैं. So I have to subtract 552 by 11 from 48. So this will be 552 minus 528, right? कितना आया था? 48 into 11 ना? 528 by 11. So this is what it is, 24 by 11. So after 24 by 11 minutes, I'll be getting the desired change in angle. So correct answer to the question is option D. Next we have is question number 10. So question number 10 is from again arithmetic. It is from profit and loss. So let's read the question first of all. So Geeta sells two objects A and B at the same price such that she makes a profit of 20% on the object A and loses of 10% in object B. So in object A, okay, so this is my object A. If you are making a profit of 20%, so can I say that my cost price, first of all 20% का fraction क्या है? It will be 1/5. So we can say that cost price is 5 units and selling price is 6 units. Okay, because we had a profit of 20% for object A, and in object B we are making or we are incurring a loss of 10%. So 10% loss means what? If my cost price is 10 rupees, okay, my selling price will be what? It will be 9 rupees. 10 rupees का object में if there is a loss of 10%, so 10 rupees and 9 rupees. Next. Okay, one more important point that I missed is what? Geeta sells the two objects A and B at the same price. Means the selling price of both the objects should be same. The selling price of this and the selling price of this should be same. So how can we can do it? So let's multiply this expression by 2 and this by 3. तो जब आप ये इसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे, your cost price will become what? It will be 15 and your selling price will become what? It will be 18. In this case, my cost price is 20 and my selling price is what? It is again 80. Now, is my cost price same in both the scenarios, in both the situations, for product A and for product B also? Yes. Next, if she increases the selling price such that objects A and object B are still sold at equal price, means object A and object B should have the same selling price and a profit of 10% is made on object B. Currently we are incurring a loss of 10% in object B. Okay, so अगर मेरा cost price 20 है and we want a profit of 10%, so what should be my new selling price? Should my new selling price be 22 rupees? The cost price is of 20 rupees. We want a profit of 10%. So should my new selling price be 22 rupees? And the question has said that the selling price of this and this should be same. Means the new selling price of this should also become 22. So what is the approximate profit that will be making in object A? So object A, I have purchased it for 15 rupees, okay, and I'm selling it for 22 rupees. So how much profit I have made? The profit amount is 7 rupees. If I want to calculate the profit percentage, it will be divided by the cost price. In order to get the percentage, multiply by 100. So we'll be having 700 by 15%. तो पहले तो 4 टाइम्स में 60 हो गया, ओके 60 के बाद 100, सो 6 टाइम्स में, सो 46 पॉइंट, ओके सो फिर से 46, so 46.66 times we are getting like this. So approximate, so as we have to get the nearest to, so the nearest to answer will be what? It will be 47%. So for question number 10, the correct answer is what? It's 47%. Again, a very very doable question. I agree to all the students, okay, this year the paper was difficult, but every time the paper has been drafted like this only. There will be some difficult questions, okay, and from those difficult questions we have to find out the easier ones. This is what CAT exam is. We don't have to solve each and every question. सारे questions तो करने ही नहीं है ना. Even if you have solved in out of 22 questions, अगर आपने 10 से 11 questions किए होंगे, definitely you were in the your score is 99 percentile and above. So out of 22 difficult questions, okay, or out of the 22 questions available, I have to find out the 10 questions which are doable. Next. So next we have is question number 11. So question number 11 says that Brishti went on an 8-hour trip in a car. Okay. So the total duration of the trip is what? It's 8 hours. Before the trip, the car had traveled a total of kilometer till then, whereas a whole number is a palindromic, that is remains unchanged when its digits are reversed. At the end of the trip, the car had traveled a total of 26862 km till then. This number again being palindromic. If the Bristol never drove at more than 110 kilometers per hour, so this was the maximum speed of Bristol, okay, or so she never drove more than 110 kilometers per hour, then the greatest possible average speed at which she drove during the trip. Okay, so what this question said that Bristol has took a car, okay, when she started her journey, okay, when she started her journey, the ये जो आपका distance वाला जो ये होता है, it might be showing certain distance, but the important part is that this distance, whatever distance or whatever data was shown here, this was a palindromic number. Okay, this was a palindromic. And when she has ended her ride, okay, now the this meter is showing as 26862. Now again this is a palindromic number. So what a palindromic number is, first of all, तो यहाँ पे उन्होंने बताया कि what is palindromic number, that it remains unchanged if you reverse the digits also. Means अगर मान लो instead of writing from left to right, if I'll write right to left also, then also it will be representing the same number. जैसे अगर मैंने यहाँ से इसको लिखना स्टार्ट किया 26862, again it will give you the same number. Okay. Also it is clearly mentioning that Drishti never drove at more than 110 kilometers. Then the greatest possible average speed at which she drove during the trip. Now see, I have options. Okay. This is a very easy question. So what is the maximum possible average speed? Now whatever may be the maximum possible average speed, okay, if you'll going by options only, okay, the total time duration is 8 hours. Let's take if suppose my average speed was 110 kilometers. So if my average speed is 110 kilometers, so in 8 hours how much distance I would have traveled? 880. So if I'll subtract 880 out of it, ठीक है, अगर मान लो from 26862, if I'll subtract 880, will I be getting a palindromic number? ठीक है, will I be getting a palindromic number? देख लेते हैं. 2 minus 0 is what? It will be 2. 6 minus 8 is what? It's 4, right? It's 8, right? 8 हो जाएगा ना. Then 7 minus 8 is 9. ठीक है, it will be 5 and it will be 0, 8, 8, 16, 9 and 8 is 17, 18. Okay. So is it a palindromic number 25982? So if I'm traveling by 110 kilometers, ये तो palindromic आंसर नहीं मिल रहा, तो ये आंसर नहीं है. Next, if suppose my speed would have been 90 kilometers per hour, maximum speed is 90 kilometers per hour. So again 90 into 8, so total distance traveled in 8 hours will be what? 720. तो अगर मैं यहाँ से 720 subtract करूँ, will I be getting a palindromic number? 2, 4, 8 minus 7 is 1, 6 and 2. So T26142 is not a palindromic number. तो ये भी आंसर नहीं है. If my maximum speed would have been 100, so total distance travel will be 800 kilometers. Now again, if I'll subtract 800 from it, will my initial distance will come as palindromic? Let's see. So this is 2, this is 6, this is 0, this is 6, this is 2. Yes, this is a sorry. Yes, this number is a palindromic. So if you would have traveled with a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, okay, so in 8 hours the distance traveled would have been 800. So from this, if I'll be subtracting 800, so my initial distance is coming out as 26062. Is this a palindromic number? Yes. So when I would have traveled with a distance of 100 kilometers, so yes, I am getting a palindromic number. So this is my answer. It was not a difficult question at all. Simply अगर आपने options use किया होता, you would have got this answer. Correct answer to the question is what? It's option C. The only thing that we have to see is whether we are getting a palindromic number or not. Because clearly question stated that when she started to drive, then also she had a palindromic number, and when the ride ends, then also she had a palindromic number. तो ये हमें यही check करना था कि which option will give me a palindromic number. So the correct answer to the question is what? It's option C.